So I started reading this manhwa. For those of you that don't know, they're like Korean webtoon mangas. And this one's called Tower of God. I've heard a lot about it. Crunchyroll has actually adapted it into an actual anime, which is great. I haven't watched it, but I heard it was great. But I started reading it because I do like to read a lot, and this has a lot of chapters, like 400 something. And I kind of got to the end of all the others I was reading. But at the very start of the second chapter, I believe it was second, either end of first or start of second, there's something that really kind of stood out to me. There was a phrase. Well, okay, so the premise is that this guy ends up, I don't even know how to explain it. There's a giant tower, I guess, a tower built by God for testing people to do something. I don't know the full story yet, because again, I'm not very far into it. Well, the main character, he has a friend, a female friend, that, that vanishes right before his eyes, basically, and he's like, "Where are you going?" And she says, "Well, I'm climbing the tower for whatever purpose, riches, fame, glory, whatever." And he doesn't want her to leave. And when she vanishes, he, passes out and wakes up somewhere. And he finds out he's on the very first floor of the tower. And so his main goal is to climb the tower to find her again. That's all he wants, is to see her. Well, so to get back to where, the point of this is the start of the second chapter, he's talking about her and why that's his motivation. And he says, all I was wrapped in darkness throughout my entire life until she showed up and brought her light into it. And it became like stars in my darkness. And I really liked that. I really, really liked that. And it actually reminded me of the words that I've used before. If you remember the painting I have in my room, that corresponds with my fairy tale like love. And I never really explained what it meant. So I will now, because of that. So you see, in the painting, you see my what is it? My altar image, I guess. Rockhead. A rock with eyes and a, jagged scar into it, a small fissure, if you will. And he's next to a fire during a snowstorm. The adage was, so what I would tell the woman who was my fairy tale like love, that I was in such a dark place. Like I was fighting in a snowstorm, moving forward at a slow pace, never knowing where to look. And then she came, and she was like a fire, warm, bright, inviting. And it really, I kept telling her that because that's exactly how she felt to me. She was something that within the entire darkness that I was feeling at that time, the thing I needed the most. Completely. I mean, I would still say that I still need her now. But, things happen. Again, never angry at that. Still have much love for her. Completely. She deserves all of my love and every other love in this entire world ever. And that's the truth. Never met another woman like her. So, I started making me think of other things that I have said to people that I love, and other ways I've shown them, ways that one's just a huge example because of its significance in my life. Because it was complete significance. I mean, if it's still holding me sway today, what else could it be? I've other times it's nicknames. Love, I used to call my Fae of Green, my little trickster sprite. She may not remember that, of course. There's a lot of things that she doesn't remember, but I used to. Her favorite color is green. And she used to remind me of a pixie. Bright, bubbly, things like that nature, which is also great. I really started thinking about what I did for my ex-wife. And I don't think I had anything for her. At all. Which was really weird. Or maybe not. Maybe not at all. The things we say and do out of love, the things that we equate to love, the way that we show certain people that we love them in whatever light that we are, My fairy tale like love, I used to, and I still do, call her my love. Instead of love, there's a distinct between my love and love, because one basically holds, all of my love, and the other one is one that I love. It's weird, I know, but that's how I feel. There's still lots of other things that I do, like Angel and Penguin and these other people in my life that I give nicknames to that I care about very deeply. Some things are just poetic.